Hi, welcome back to the Gemara in Bava Kamma. Daf Vav Amud Bet. We're going to start near the bottom of the Amud where we left off last time. The Gemara is going back to discussing the machloket between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yishmael, focusing this time on Rabbi Akiva's statement, what Rabbi Akiva meant. Rabbi Akiva Omer, Lo baha katuv ela legabot l'nizakin min ha'idit, v'kal v'chomer lahekdash. So we saw this statement earlier. This statement, which I'll put in red since it's Tanaitic, it's from Rabbi Akiva, that the pasuk that is discussing paying back for a field only comes to teach you that you take for the damager from the best, whatever exactly that means, right? That's what we discussed up till now. And kal v'chomer, that you do this for hekdesh. Hekdesh is something which has been dedicated to the Beit HaMikdash. Someone has said, I am giving this to the Beit HaMikdash, so it's sort of being transferred in ownership to the Beit HaMikdash, to the funds of the temple. My kal v'chomer lahekdash. So the Gemara wants to know, what is this kal v'chomer to hekdesh? Like what is it that we're learning about hekdesh from this statement, or from the kal v'chomer? If you want to say that what's happening is that our ox, right, a regular ox, attacked a hekdesh ox, right, an ox that had been dedicated to the Beit HaMikdash. So if you wanted to say that, we could put this as an answer, even though it's an answer that's going to get rejected, right? If you would say it, but you would be wrong. Shor re'ehu, Amar Rachmana. The pasuk in Shmot Chaf Aleph Lamed Hey, says Shor re'ehu, that this happens, you do this when you've damaged the ox of your friend. V'lo shor shel hekdesh, and therefore, by definition, not a shor, not an animal that belongs to the temple, right? Shor re'ehu, like it has to belong to someone who's sort of like your friend, your equal, and so by definition, that's not a shor that belongs to the temple. So they reject that possibility that that's what the kal v'chomer could be. Ella, rather, what Rabbi Akiva must be talking about is la'omer harei alai maneh lebedek habayit. Someone says, okay, I'm dedicating $1,000 to bedek habayit, to the temple funds, Da'ati gizbar v'shakil mi'idit. And the collector, the tax collector for the temple, comes and takes from the best of their land. So you've said, I'm going to give over a certain amount, and you don't have it in cash. So the collector comes and he can take it from the best of your land. That must be what that kal v'chomer means. But the Gemara is not so happy with this. Lo yeheh ela ba'al chov. But the gizbar, the person collecting the money, shouldn't be treated as anything more than a creditor. A ba'al chov is the person to whom you owe money. So it should be just like a regular ba'al chov, a regular person to whom you owe money. Well, ba'al chov b'beinonit. And everyone knows, apparently, that a creditor, right, someone to whom you owe money, can only collect from like medium quality land. So that doesn't match the idea that the temple collector would come and collect from the best of your land. It doesn't match with what we know about debts in general. V'chi tema, and if you were to say, Sava Rabbi Akiva kol ba'al chov nami bi'idit ika, nami bi'idit. So if you want to say that Rabbi Akiva actually thinks that in all cases, a ba'al chov, somebody to whom you own money, can take from the best of the land, right? Maybe he actually thinks that in all debt cases. Let's say that we'll say that this is a response, right? Because it's not exactly going to be an answer, but it's a response. If you wanted to say that, ikal mifrach, one could ask, ma ba'al chov sheken yafeh kocho b'nizikin, tomar behekdesh shehu ra kocho b'nizikin? Or question mark, exclamation point. It's if you wanted to say that, so we could reject that. We could reject that by saying that a ba'al chov someone who, to whom you owe money, a creditor who you just owe money to, they, we're more strict with them, or we're more likely to give things to them, right? To give land to them. Right? We try to, when it comes to damages, we try to strengthen the strength of the person collecting the money, right? We say, sure, go in, take from the good land. Right? We want you to get your damages. But when it comes to hekdesh, we don't treat hekdesh that way. When it comes to hekdesh, we don't say that that's true for the temple. We don't say that the temple gets paid for damages the way that a regular person would. So the argument that Rabbi Akiva would say that every creditor gets to do that, even if that were true, it wouldn't be true for the temple. No, so we're going back to answer number one that got rejected. It must be that what the Kal V'chomer means is that our shore gored the shore that belongs to Hekdesh. Shor Re'ehu, and this problem that we had with Shor Re'ehu, right? Damages, this kind of thing only applies when it's your friend's animal and not when it's the temple's animal. Shor Re'ehu Amar Rachmana, V'lo Shor Shel Hekdesh. Rabbi Akiva Savar like Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya. No, don't worry about it, because Rabbi Akiva actually held like Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya. Titania, Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya Omer, Shor Shel Hekdesh Shenagach Shor Shel Hedyot, Patur. Shor Shel Hedyot Shenagach Shor Shel Hekdesh, Bein Tam Uvein Muad, Mishalem Nezek Shalem. So this is an opinion of, here we'll work backwards here, right? Titania means it's a breita, so this whole thing is a breita, and what Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya says in the breita is that a temple animal that gores a regular animal, an animal that belongs to a regular person, is patur, does not have to pay damages. And the shore of a regular person that damages the shore that belongs to the temple, whether the shore that did the damage was tam, it was the first time they were doing damage, or they were muad, it was the third time, nonetheless, or they had a pattern of doing damage, nonetheless, they still have to pay complete nezek. That's Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya's position. I think I'll put all of this as the explanation of the answer. And if we just say that Rabbi Akiva holds like him, then we can say that that's actually what the Kal V'chomer is. The Kal V'chomer is that if you damage a Shor Shel Hekdesh, you get to take from the best of the land. Oops, I want to put all of this as the explanation. Second. Okay. Ihachi, if so, if this is the case, Rabbi Yishmael of Rabbi Akiva, mimai debi'idit nizak v'ziburi mazik plige. So if this is true, then how do we know? Why would we think, right? From what would we think that what Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yishmael are arguing about is actually whether it's the good land of the person who was damaged or the good land of the damager? Again, you have to go back to the previous conversation to remember what they're talking about. But we thought that was what the argument in the source with Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yishmael was about. Dilma decholei alma b'dinizak sheminan. Maybe they actually both agree that what we're arguing about is, or maybe they actually both agree that it's the best of the land of the person who was damaged. And actually, all Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yishmael disagree about is the disagreement between Rabbi Shimon and Menasya and the rabbis about whether or not an animal that's hekdesh gets treated the same way in terms of damages. Rabbi Akiva savar Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya, Rabbi Yishmael savar Rabbanan. Maybe the machloket is just about that second clause. Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't really argue at all about the damages. Right, the whole topic of your last homework assignment. Im can, but if that were so, my lo bahakatuv, right? Then what does it mean, lo bahakatuv? Right, like then why were we talking about the pasuk with the sadeh to begin with? Ve'od, my kal v'chomer lahekdesh. And also, then what would the kal v'chomer to hekdesh really be? Right? It wouldn't have said it as a kal v'chomer to hekdesh. The whole argument would be about hekdesh. Ve'od ha'amar Rav Ashi. And furthermore, Rav Ashi said, Tanya behedya, it's taught explicitly in a Breita. Meitav sadehu, meitav karmo yishalem. Right, this pasuk that we've seen. Meitav sadehu shel nizak, umeitav karmo shel nizak. Divrei Rabbi Yishmael. So Rabbi Yishmael says it's the best of the field of the person who was damaged, according to Rabbi Yishmael. And Rabbi Akiva Omer, meitav sadehu shel mazik, umeitav karmo shel mazik. And Rabbi Akiva says, no, it's the best of the land of the mazik, of the person who did the damage. So we see they actually do have a machloket about that, and we're pretty much back to our previous understanding of the machloket, but we understand more about hekdesh. Okay, we'll stop there.